Bojan.
Awesome. Constructive is a group we're really, really proud of. It's something very inspirational, something they chose to do for someone else. And we hope that Last Mile continues working with them and collaborating to build it out further. Great job, guys. Next up, we have showrunners. So let's give it up for Bryan and Jaime.
Hello, my name is Bryan Nickerson.
My name is Nickerson Garcia.
And I have a question for you. Show of hands. Who here has ever had to attend a trade show or business conference for work, or even for pleasure, maybe gone to like a boat show or something? Did you ever feel that you had enough time to attend all the panels or booths that you wanted to or needed to? And did you ever feel that you didn't have enough time to collect the information from the people that you were seeing? Well, with that in mind, take a look at this next slide of these grocery store aisles and all the products on these shelves. Have you ever thought how they get there and who is in charge of that? Imagine that it was your job to attend trade shows and meet with manufacturers to source the products that are going on these shelves. How do you go about collecting the information about the manufacturers and those products?
Therefore, this is the reason we created this application, because it's trying to tackle this specific problem that the industry is facing. As a matter of fact, this idea really came from us when it came from a local business owner that has been working on this industry for a while. He mentioned to us that over 95% of people going to trade events, they actually collect information using a notebook like this. Think about how complicated it can be when you're taking pictures, you're writing down notes, you're actually getting business cards. I mean, that's a really primitive way of collecting information, right? So, saying that, he was able to transition from this old mechanism of collecting information to using a FileMaker application. These applications certainly help him to access to his data a little bit easier because he can incorporate pictures. The only problem is that this application doesn't have the ability to share information between buyers.
And that's where our showrunner comes in. We actually designed an online process, an online database where you can more easily catalog the trade shows that you have attended, the manufacturers that you meet with at these events, and also the product offerings that they have that you are interested in purchasing and making available to your clients. We're going to go ahead and log into the application right now, so that way we're only going to be able to access our own products and our own trade events that we do. If this was your first time and you were logging in, you wouldn't actually have any data like we're going to see here in a moment, because you would need to populate that information yourself. But for us, we've gone ahead and plugged in a lot of information. You can see here on the Trade Events Index, every show that we have been to so far. If we want to drill down and see more specific details about that show, we can see now the date range, when it was held, where it was held, and also those manufacturers that we met with and corresponded with. We can drill down even deeper to that particular manufacturer and have access to the sales rep's contact information, the person that we spoke with there. The shipping port, which is very important because you want to make sure when you're ordering products from multiple companies, you can group the shipping together from one place. That's going to make more profit for you. And of course, the listing of the products that manufacturer has available.
Similarly, let's say, for instance, that we want to be able to find a product information. So we go to the product index page. Here we have several lists of products available that you have already entered into the database. You can actually narrow down that list by including the name of the product, the price range, and also the category. Eventually, you can go ahead and print a report, and you can provide that report to whoever is interested in looking at that. Next step is, for instance, let's say that we want to go ahead and create a new product. It's actually even easier. The only information that you're going to include is the name of the product, the manufacturer's name, and the price. Also, you have the capability of adding a picture to these products, and in that way, it's going to be easier to find a product by picture sometimes.
This app was created entirely with using the Ruby on Rails framework. There were 3 very specific Ruby gems that we used to help accomplish specific tasks that we wanted to incorporate. What a Ruby gem is This is a standalone set of code that someone else has written that accomplishes a certain task for you. The first gem that we have is called Paperclip. It allows us to be able to upload the pictures to a particular product, and we designed our app in such a way that there is no limit as to how many pictures you can associate to a product. Bcrypt enabled user authentication. That's what allows to make sure that you are, in fact, who you say you are when you log in, and to limit what information you have access to. And then Dossier is the gem that enables the report generation.
In regard to future development, what we really want to start working on these applications is to be able to make it more responsive. At the same time, we want to be able to have buyers access to different buyers, manufacturers access to different manufacturers. So in that way, it's a complete set of database where everybody can share information up to their permission. I just want to thank everybody for coming tonight. My name is Jaime Garcia. Before Wyncode, I used to work for an engineering company. I was doing consulting services, and I came here to learn how to code. I had some passion about coding a while ago, and also the motivation of starting a new business has drove me all the way from Texas to here.
My name again is Bryan Nickerson. Before coming to Wyncode, I was a product and project manager for an alarm company, and I actually worked with a development team to help create our company web portal, help design it. And what I'm interested in doing now is full stack web development or back-end web development. Thank you very much for attending.
Since you are handling products from different countries, did you consider different currencies?
I guess at this stage, since this is the first phase of this application, the currency aspect has been only taking, I guess, in dollar sign, I believe. I guess we haven't actually gone deeper into how we're going to be able to manage different currencies yet, but that's actually something that definitely is going to make us think what we need to develop for different countries and how to manage that specific aspect.
So one of the images you showed of a product is actually flooring, which is typically purchased in a cost per square foot or cost per yard. Several of the other products you had were shown to be cost per case, cost per piece, and then graduating pricing. So is that something you're considering adding into the application so that you can accommodate multiple prices that are discussed and the styles of deals that can be done with these connections?
The initial design of the application was going to be much more generic. There is a placeholder field for description where you can enter sorts of information like that. What we want to be able to develop in the future is a more customized interface per product or category type, and it would be able to deliver exactly what you're talking about.
So the picture you showed at the beginning was very complicated and had a lot of stuff, right? So I'm looking at this going, oh my gosh, do I have to hand enter all of that stuff? So my question is, how do you get the information in there, and what did you consider with respect to fault loading and, you know, and I don't want to spend all the time on the trade floor typing this stuff in. So how do I get around that?
I guess we can talk about that because we have been thinking about this process many times. But so certainly this idea came from a customer. We're actually the only group that has an actual customer. He mentioned to us that he's able to use an iPad basically, and this iPad has a FileMaker application, so you can go ahead and take pictures, input information for every single product that he's interested in. But still, it takes time to do that. Now think about just using a common, regular notebook and just writing all that information, and you have to visit so many booths in a particular trade show. It's going to take you forever to really do that, right? So that's a progress that he did actually.
So for right now, the value of the app is the automatic collection of the information you're entering into a database that's reportable, that's searchable on. As our client explained to us, after he would go to a trade center too, he would spend about the next month compiling and taking that information in his notebooks and putting them into some digital format that he can actually work with. We did discuss with the client if he had broader or more expansive plans than just like a data collection app, and he did. And there is going to be in the future processes where he can manufacture and front load the information and then the reps in the field wouldn't actually have to enter anything. They're just clicking a button and they import all that info.
So your client is actually using the app now?
He's using currently his FileMaker app still. We did not actually have everything finished until the beginning of this week, and we are going to be discussing that with them later tonight.
Sorry, one more follow-up. So how did you interact with your end user throughout the process, right, with respect to you getting feedback? Since you had a live customer who was giving you requirements that you could interact with, how did that work?
So he was able to see the initial phase of this application a couple days ago. He certainly added a lot of value in how to adjust certain features on this application. How he wants, for instance, the path from going to find a product to create a product to add pictures, which has in a certain level has kind of duplicate with whatever he has. But we have been trying to enhance the path just to make it a little bit more user-friendly in a certain way.
Yeah, we did, after we were assigned this particular project, we set up a recurring meeting schedule. I think we had 2, sometimes 3 meetings a week leading up until this week.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. A little lazy. As you guys noticed, they actually were able to take on